The following program is underwritten by the generous support of CSEA, New York's leading union.
When you drive distracted, lives are at stake, including your own. Pay attention. Prevent crashes. Don't zone out. A message from CSEA, New York's leading union.
Live from Saratoga, it's Friday Night Live.
Shiver in the park, it's raining in the dark. South of the river, you stop and you hold everything. The band is blowing Dixie double 4 times. You feel alright when you hear that music ring. Well, you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain to hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places. Oh, but their horns, they're blowing their sound. Way out down south. Way on down south, London town. You check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. On strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make me cry or sing.
I'm not the most popular kid. I don't mean I don't get bullied. And I still talk with people, but when people know me, they don't know me because I know a bunch of history, or I know I'm really good at math. They know me because I can play drums really well, and they know me because I listen to a lot of music.
It helps you connect with people that have common interests, like networking, meeting new people, and also beyond socially. I think this really prepares. Because I want to actually be a musician for our career. I think he does too. I don't know about you, but
love to.
But we all do. So coming to these open mics really helps prepare us for that.
I've actually heard that people that listen to music and play music, they'll do better in academics. It diverts my attention and I start listening to songs in my head, but I think it makes me a bit more rhythmic. I'm able to connect with people and, talk in front of the class sometimes, and, things like that, yeah.
Saving it up for Friday night. Oh, with the Sultans of Swing.
I think that whatever my kid, and I only have one, whatever inspires him and makes him dig deeper and give, then I'm fully supportive of whatever that is. If he's a scientist, he's a musician, he's a mathematician, he's the athlete, I'll support him in any way. My kid happens to be a musician, and I love it. I think it gives them focus and direction, and certainly for my kids' band, they are passionate musicians and they love what they do, and there is nothing else. It's music, and I think that's what it's all about.
They don't give a damn about a lead trumpet playing band. Ain't what they call rock and roll. And the Sultans. Oh, and the Sultans, they play Creole. steps up to the microphone. Mix it with one last thing. Well, good night, it's time to go home now. He makes it quick with one last thing. We are the Sultans of Swing.
I was born and raised here, and I plan on staying here, having a family here. I am very proud of what I and my coworkers do for a living. With tighter budgets, I work even harder. When I see a family that I've worked with doing well in the workforce, it gives me immense satisfaction and gratification. I want the community to be a strong one. I want it to be something that we can all be proud of.
States from doing theater, and yeah, I do like shows with them like locally and sometimes just like more down south. It all started with my brother who started theater, and then I got into it because I was like kind of jealous, I guess, of him, and it's kind of just guided me through the years of what I want to do when I grow up. Yes, it helps me with people because I'm acting on stage and it's not as like nerve-wracking now because I'm used to it, and I feel like it's helped my communication skills as well.
I noticed that they're much more able to talk to adults once they're comfortable singing. Getting out on stage is something I could never do as a kid. For them to do it is pretty impressive. Well, I have 4 kids that are coming through the high school now, and it's been a great opportunity for them to network with other kids, and music has been a great help in doing that. And it gets a group together, you know, of good kids that are doing the right things. But more importantly, it helps them be able to communicate with people, makes them comfortable.
I could be choosing no choices whatsoever. I could be in someone else's story, in someone else's life, and he could be mine. I don't see a reason to be lonely. I should take my chances further down the line. And if that girl I knew should ask my advice, oh, I wouldn't hesitate. She needn't ask me twice. Go now, I can tell her that for free. Trouble is the girl, is me. The story is the girl, is me.
I love my job just because it's such an awesome way to give back to the community. You know, I know that the work that I'm doing is making a difference every single day. My coworkers share the same passion. People provide awesome customer service. We try to emphasize teamwork. We know time is precious. Whether it's on the phone, whether it's through an email, knowing that I can help out and knowing that I do every day makes me feel great. The work that I do is shaping the community in a really positive way, and I'm really proud of that.
Caring about people is what I do. It's in my blood. I love to care for people. It's very rewarding. For several of our clients, family is rare, and if they need a little extra care, someone with compassion has to do it. Why not me? I treat them as if they're one of my family members. I love my job. This makes me a better mother, a better wife, and a better person in my community.
Music's been a pretty big part of my life. I've been playing for 8 years, and I love playing the trumpet. It's a lot of fun. And I got into playing the trumpet because my dad plays the trumpet. And so I started in 5th grade, and Mr. Lee started teaching me in 7th grade and started doing NYSMA solos and stuff, and that helped me develop a lot, and eventually made it to All-State. So you got to be really on top of like practicing stuff, especially with NYSMA solos and stuff, because if you're not, then it just kind of slips away and time runs out, and then you're not prepared well. Being a leader in the band too has really helped me develop as a player. You know, like teaching other kids rhythms and stuff and dynamics and kind of saying how to style certain things. Everyone in the band is great. It's especially like the guys in the section I'm pretty close with and stuff like that. So it's a good time. I love coming to band. Each day you come in, you warm up and you tune and stuff, and then you start. Mr. Lee says, "All right, you know, pull out this piece, whichever piece it is, and start to work on it." And it's the first time. If it's the first time we've seen a piece, we read through it, and then we go from there based on how well we read it. So work on certain parts with different sections, and then certain like styles and stuff, like, oh hey, like, you know, make these notes more staccato, shorter, and stuff like that. So you kind of try to get all that pulled together, and then you start to, as it starts to develop more, you start to do like more run-throughs and stuff and get into the details of it and all that. And then, you know, the piece comes together, and it sounds great. It sounds great when it comes together after all the hard work. And Mr. Lee, he's great. I started taking private lessons with him in 7th grade, so I knew him a little bit before. But coming to work with him, he's the director for Symphonic Band and Jazz Band. I'm also in Jazz Band. So, you know, he's great. He's always working with us, and he puts in so much. And I think he really tries to encourage everybody to do the same thing. Just give everything you got for it.
Mr. Lee, he's great. He really loves what he's doing, and he really connects with the kids, and we couldn't do it without him. He's just so passionate about what he does, and he wants us to sound amazing, and we do as a result. Music to me is being able to express creativity through something that can also be wonderful for other people. Like, there can be any number of people creating the same piece of music, but you will never get two that are completely identical. Music has brought me to some of my closest friends. All of my friends I've met through chorus and band, and it's also gotten me to a point where I can just, if I need a break from schoolwork, I can go play some music and just take my mind off of things, go practice my instrument for a little bit, and it sort of clears my mind and makes it easier for me to go back to what I was doing. It brings everyone together, because music has the power to change lives, and having a group like that bringing everyone together is just awesome. It's really cool to be able to share what you've been working on, because people don't understand how hard musicians work a lot of the time. They're like, it's not academics, and therefore it's not that difficult. So being able to have a concert and show everyone what you've been doing is really important.
For so many kids, I mean, they're tested to death these days, and I feel like this is the one class where they can come and it's hands-on, it's very interactive, and they're able to, you know, express themselves and really develop. I mean, I think music's a very nurturing thing that really helps them. It improves their whole intellect, not just, you know, one side of them. I mean, it's physical, it's mental, they're processing, they're interacting with other people. So I mean, it offers so many different little things that it helps them synthesize their thoughts so much more. And so for those kids, I mean, I think it really offers a huge benefit for them.
It means a lot to me to be able to do what I love with a bunch of other people that are doing what they love.
I sometimes joke with parents that it's like the little life simulator just to being in band. I mean, if you think about it, the band is really structured, or any performing group is structured a lot like a business. So the director is kind of the CEO. You have your section leaders that are the managers. And just the coordination that goes into just putting an ensemble together is in the hierarchy that's involved, and in some ways the competition, competing for those solo spots. It's very similar to what they deal with in real life. The support that they give each other, we really try to talk about supporting each other, because it requires an awful lot of courage, to stand out there and play by yourself. So we support each other too, in many ways. We want to make a living, but I think the music and the arts are the reason that we live. It's part of what really humanity is about. Myself and all the teachers that are working here, we're so busy with the teaching part, working in the trenches, working with the kids every day, that we forget to promote ourselves. We forget to highlight and mention what the kids have done in many cases, because we're busy teaching. So this is great because it really we get that assistance with trying to get the word out of what they've accomplished, what they've done, and celebrate what great kids we have, because they really are. They're awesome kids, every one of them.
I'm a police, fire, and EMS dispatcher. Every call that comes in could be potentially life-threatening. I've had taken phone calls before where people have been in fires in their house and, explain to them how to get out and what to do. You just got to be calm. You got to put yourself in their shoes and try to, calm them down so you can get the accurate information. When their first phone call comes to us, we get the fire, the police, and the ambulance to their location. I'm keeping them safe by providing them with a service that they expect.
As a bus driver, I'm a very important part of the community. I have 2 kids at home, but the 300 kids that I transport are also my kids. Nothing is more important than the safety of the children. I love the kids. The environment that I set for the kids on the school bus sets a tone for the whole rest of their day. And the kids go to school with a smile. That's what I'm there for, to do my job and deliver them safely and securely.
kind of like the one thing that I look forward to in school. And I've like been invited to like a couple bands. I'm playing with some other groups. I've been invited to record for a song. It's really fun. Well, improv is something I'm kind of new to. So Mr. Lee's kind of helping me figure it out, but he kind of wants me also to do it by my own. So that's kind of the biggest thing I've been working on. Oh, he's great. This is my first year in a jazz band, so I can't tell you what the other jazz band teachers were like, but if they were anything like Mr. Lee, then it was definitely probably a really good music group. Oh, it's nerve-wracking, but but it's really fun because all the reactions that they have. Like everyone has a different reaction for what you play. Like everyone gets a different meaning out of it, and it's really neat.
I started when I was 5, playing classical, and that's really kind of my main thing. I just started a jazz band this year. It gets students to perform, which is good because it's kind of nerve-wracking to perform. And also you can share your music with the community. I think it's very important. I think that's like the best part of music is to share it with other people.
Well, you know, anytime they're involved in any kind of activity that gives them, one, something constructive to do, right, in school and out of school, and then they can take that with them and be part of their life. I don't care if it's academically, athletically, in this case the arts, right? They're going to take something with them, they're going to hopefully be passionate about it, and then they can pay that forward to other people, because I know as a observer, I wish I always could sing or play an instrument really well, but I love music, I love to listen to it, and I support it that way too. So the kids, they have a gift. If they're willing to step out of that arena or that box and try to perform, what a gift they'd always have.
There's a light in the darkness, though the night is black as my skin. There's a light burning bright, showing me the way, but I know where I'm at. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. There's a cry asking why. I pray the answer's up ahead. Yeah, 'cause I know where I've been.
this program was underwritten by the generous support of CSEA, New York's leading union.
When you drive distracted, lives are at stake, including your own. Pay attention. Prevent crashes. Don't zone out. A message from CSEA, New York's leading union.
Caring about people is what I do. It's in my blood. I love to care for people. It's very rewarding. For several of our clients, family is rare, and if they need a little extra care, someone with compassion has to do it. Why not me? I treat them as if they're one of my family members. I love my job. This makes me a better mother, a better wife, and a better person in my community.